Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Independence Crochet and the podcast Pick Up Stitches. We are on episode 27 already today, and for history's sake, today is the 31st of July 2022. I'm coming to you from South Africa in the Northwest Province, and the weather is awesome. It's not too cold. I am very happy. The fruit trees are starting to blossom outside. If I just look a little bit to the right and I look through the window, some of our peach trees has got some blossoms in them. So spring is not too far away anymore, 1 month to go. And then all the greenery is back. Yeah, looking forward to that a lot. In today's episode, I've got quite a few acquisitions to share with you. Not too much of knitting and crocheting that happened, but yeah, I think let's just get into it. So first up, I'm wearing today my first ever sweater I made, which is the Real Easy raglan. It's a pattern by the Maker store. The designer's name is not coming to me right now. So yeah, I made this with Pure Gold double knit, and I'm wearing it. I love it. It's cool. Then I'm also wearing my first finished object. Which is the Skreppa cowl. Look at this. Let me just do this. So I made this because I went for a class with my friend Mariette from Die Boervrou at the Yarnie Corner. So the class was hosted by Juanita Muir from Juaknits, and the pattern is by Shiels Toland. It's called the Skreppa pattern, so it's a nice fluffy cowl, and yeah, I am very happy with how this turned out. There is some mistakes, some holes here in the back that I'm not very happy with, but it's in the back. I can't see it, so it can't bother me. But yeah, I actually used for this Esteresa YarnCreations Cleo base. So that's the brownish pinkish color that we see in the front for the main color, and then the contrasting color, this pink, is what I had left over from the Cordelia cold shoulder top that I tested for Stephanie Erin. So this is a Knotty Habit 2-ply merino linen blend. So yeah, it turned out beautiful, and I am so happy with it. I have enough yarn left to do another one. Actually, I am super impressed with how little yarn actually goes into this cowl, and it's so squishy and fluffy and comfy and warm, and I am officially a big brioche knitting fan, big time. So yeah, thinking already of a whole lot of plans of other things I want to construct and make and just do, because I really love the squishy and comfiness of the brioche. I am in love with my Skreppa cowl. Okay, so that's it. Then let's go over to whips. First of all, the Meraki blanket that's here behind me. What is that? 3 rows this week. I'm not even going to take it off because there's also still a cable connected to it, so I'm not going to take that risk, and it's not really worth showing. So next week hopefully we will have a lot more progress on that. Then the next whip that I want to share did have some progress on it, which is my favorite adventure sweater. It's a design by Tristan from Dragonheart Yarn, see. Good. So this is where we were last week, and yeah, quite a lot of progress happening here. That's a stitch marker by Ietsie Klein, hertruidaatjie, and I'm doing this with 4mm Chai Goose circular needles. The main color that I'm using was a special dye that Miensie from Knotty Habits did for me. So all of this is sock yarn, so 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's a mixture of Kaiso, which is Knotty Habits 75-25% blend, and Cleo, which is Esteresa yarns, 75-25% blend. So I'm using a mixture of mini skeins. Main inputs into the collection of skeins that I'm using for this is the Secret 7 Society packets that we got a few months ago from Esteresa YarnCreations, and there are some Kaiso minis that I stole from my sock sets, just to make sure that I will have enough yarn and that there will be a nice gradual change in colors and so on. So my friend Bev from Bev Croft is also making one, and I think she's a little bit further ahead than I am, but yeah, making good progress. I'm happy with this. This is my walking and knitting and chilling project, because it's not really a lot of thinking work that needs to go into it. Hence the reason we got some progress on it as compared to some other whips. I'm just moving past the stitch marker, which acts as a progress keeper, and then let's see next week how far did I get. I'm really hoping that by next week I would have at least split for the arms, so fingers crossed that I can get that done this week. Okay, so that's the whip, and I forgot to say it's still staying in my Knotty Habit project bag. Goodness, that's so. Then the next whip, and that's the last whip that I'm going to show you, is a new cast on for this month at least. So it's staying in my, I'm using this as my dedicated sock knitting bag by Esteresa YarnCreations, and you guys will see all my Knotty Habit sock club pins that's on there from the sock club boxes. And some of you that's been around knows I have been dying to do the Mbali socks forever now, and I had some challenges, but I think those challenges have been overcome. So let's get into detail. The Mbali socks is a pattern by Noma Ndlovu from Bigger Than Life Knits. She's a South African designer as well. Sorry, it's black and white pictures now, but there we go. And initially I tried doing this magic loop, but I've never done color work, as in proper color work before, in knitting at least. So it was just a total mess. I'm going to be honest, there was no stretch in the fabric. It was way too small where the color work was, but I have friends and my favorite person to call when it comes with regards to these types of things is Adele from Adele YarnCreations, and she actually guided me, and I've bought some 9-inch circulars after I practiced and got used to working with 9-inch circulars, and I bought one size up of the my words are not working today, my 9-inch circulars. So yesterday I did a small solo yarn crawl, which I will tell you all about shortly. But I bought a 3mm Knit Pro circular 9-inch and a 3.25, and I started with the ribbing, and I did the first piece of stockinette, and then I switched over to the 3.25 9-inch circular needle. And while we were at the Stoepmark yesterday, I went and I sat next to Adele, and she helped me so much, up to such a point where I actually have got my color work done, and there's stretch, loads and loads of stretch. So this pattern is super beautiful. I have learned now so much. And if you're wondering, but then if you're doing 9-inch, why are we looking at DPNs? You're looking at DPNs because Leonie, my 3mm 9-inch circulars, which I bought yesterday morning, cast it on, knit it on, and took out when I started with the color work at the Stoepmark. It fell. Luckily somebody picked it up, so it's not totally lost. I just don't have the 3mm one with me now. But I did also luckily bought some 3mm DPNs yesterday, and I decided, what the hell, you've never done DPNs, no point in delaying it any further, try it. So I am now working with 3mm DPNs on a sock. Amazing. I never thought I would sit here with a bunch of DPNs, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, we all evolve, luckily. So that's it. This is my socks for August. So I got a little bit of a head start, which is good, So the yarn that I'm using is what's recommended by the pattern. Sorry, I was looking for my project bag. Is the African Expressions Joy. So that's this main color, the African Expressions Joy, and then the green, goodness, I don't have the label, but it's the Harmony. Let's confirm on the pattern. Sorry, no, it's Freedom. It's African Expressions Freedom. This green color is Freedom, and this is Joy. And I'm having loads and loads of fun. So I am like 2 rows from doing the heel. It's going to be a first time I'm doing a heel flap, turn and gusset with DPNs. So let's see how that goes. Okay, I think I said everything about that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to live quickly. I'm just trying to get everything to progress so that all the things I want to tell you actually flows a little bit. So let's first do live. This week that passed at work was crazy. I am still recovering from the shock a bit, and to be honest, the week is not over or starting today yet, because as soon as I'm done recording here, I actually have another meeting for work, and this afternoon we have the Scrappy Sunday live chat, which I'll also talk about again just later on. So today is like this. So it's a busy Sunday, and the week that's coming is not going to be any better. We're still busy with the business plan discussions. It's not a negotiation, it's a discussion. And yeah, it takes up so much of our time at work, and we're working longer hours and all odd hours of the day and the night to get everything done in time. So that is also going to be my life for the next 2 months, on top of starting to study a little bit again. So I wanted tonight just at least get half an hour's worth of focusing on my studies again. So things are going to be super busy. I'm hoping I will get some work done on all my projects that I want to do, because if we progress into my planning, so looking at July, because today is the last day of the month, and looking at what is the plan for August. Yeah, let's see. So let's do July first. So for July, I listed my works in progress here on the side. And FYI, I stole this idea from Natalie from Knitty Natty. And my new projects, as well as what I plan to finish. So initially the plan at the beginning of this month was to finish the Cordelia cold shoulder top, which I did. It was to finish the warrior cowl, which I did, and the Mbali socks. But I didn't have the right tools for doing the Mbali socks properly, so I just did a easy vanilla sock, also as part of Sock Week, which was hosted by Natalie from Knitty Natty. And then the bonus project that I got finished off was the Skreppa cowl. This was not initially going to be finished this month, but I enjoyed it so much I could not put it down. So yeah. So I basically, I'm just realizing this. I actually casted this on and finished it this month. This didn't come from June. If we go over to August, the plan for August. So the whips that I've listed, the list of whips are getting smaller, which is great news for me, is the Meraki. And the Meraki is also in my finished objects column. So I am planning that I want to finish the Meraki blanket. It needs to be done by end of August. Then I've got my favorite adventure sweater is in the list for whips that I'm going to be working on. And I don't know if I'll finish it. If I could, I would be so happy. But let's first see. Then I've put as a new product the Mbali socks. New project, the Mbali socks. I know I'm cheating, sorry, but anyway. And I want it finished as my socks for August. Then I've got the Tunisian sampler shawl that's been hibernating, and the Tree of Life that's been hibernating. However, there's going to be two new projects that I want to cast on, and that is a shawl that I want to make for one of the ladies at work. So I just realized I did not prepare to show that to you guys just yet, but hopefully by next week it will be a cast on. If not next week, the week after. And then one of my friends' birthday is in August, and she's a big Outlander fan, and there's one shrug that's inspired by Outlander, and she showed me a picture. It's luckily all chunky yarn and so on. So I'm planning on knitting her a shrug for her birthday. The yarn will be coming this week, hopefully, and it's going to be chunky, bulky, so it's going to be a quick knit. Hopefully I can still get that done for her before her birthday, and then that will also be an FO for August. So priority for August, number 1, Mbali socks. Number 2 is the Meraki blanket, and number 3 is the shrug for my friend. So yeah, that's my 3 priorities, and I want to try and get done. Then let's do acquisitions. So yesterday, like I mentioned, I did a small solo yarn crawl in Gauteng area, and I just want to move this closer. There we go. So me and my husband got into the car early yesterday morning and we drove to Johannesburg. The main motivation for driving to Johannesburg was because Karoo Moon had a pop-up shop at the Yarn Tree, and I've never been to the Yarn Tree, so it was a day full of firsts for me yesterday. All of the places I've been, I've not been before. So I bought quite a few things as well. My budget is blown for the next 2 months. Anyway, it is what it is. And the first stop was Arthur Bales in Johannesburg. And at Arthur Bales is where I bought the 9-inch circulars. So the only one that's still in its package is the 3.5, because I was not sure if I will get away with the 3.25 for the color work for the Mbali socks. But now I do have a 3.5 9-inch circular. This is the Knit Pro Nova. So I bought a 3mm 9-inch circular, which I semi lost already. And I bought a 3mm and a 3mm, a 3.25 and a 3.5mm at Arthur Bales, as well as some 6mm Knit Pro tips, because I'm probably going to need this for the struck that I need to knit for my friend. Also, Peter, my husband, actually, this is the only shop he got out of the car and went in with me, was Arthur Bales, and he chose the next yarn that I need to use for his socks, which is going to be for the September socks, and he chose this Regia skein, and it's a 4-ply 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide Regia. There we go. There you can see on the side what the pattern is going to look like. It's a self-striping yarn, and this is very exciting. I'm looking forward to use this to making some socks. So that was Arthur Bales. Then we went to the Yarn Tree, and at the Yarn Tree shop itself I bought the, let me confirm, what did I buy? Oh goodness, I did buy some of these needles. I think it's this additional 2.5mm Chaigu. So now at least I have two 2.5mm Chaigu 9-inch circulars. And yeah, this one is a bamboo one. So I'm excited to test this one out. And then from the Yarn Tree I bought a few skeins of this Cowgirlblues double knit merino yarn, and the colorway that I chose name is Adele. So a month or 2 months ago, Cowgirlblues actually dyed or brought out a range of colorways inspired by phenomenal women. So there's a lot of musical artists in there. They are all musical artists, sorry. And then some of them are local to South Africa, and then some are international superstars. There is PJ Powers, Madonna, I can't remember. But I know when I went online and I saw the Adele colorway, I was immediately in love, but I just didn't get myself so far to buy it. So when I saw it and I had it in my hands yesterday, I could no longer resist. And here we go. I hope you'll be able to see properly. This is so beautiful, and I am over the moon with this. I cannot wait to make myself a sweater with this. So the main attraction forcing me to go yesterday to the Yarn Tree was Karoo Moon, and they had an awesome pop-up shop, and I bought quite a few of these kinds and 4 of these because they had a special of their sock weight, 100% merino yarn. So they call this one the Unique Moon. So all of their bases and yarn weights, I've got different moon names, and this specific one is the Unique Moon base. There's no color names on here, but I'm planning on using this color for the shawl that I need to knit for the lady at work. And then after leaving the yarn tree, I went to the Stoepmark in Pretoria, and it was also my first time attending that. So at the Stoepmark, there's this long table of knitters and crocheters sitting and chatting and having an awesome time, and the food is delicious. And Miensie from Knotty Habit and Mariette from Colors of Amalfi had pop-up shops there, and I bought from Miensie some more Kaiso yarn because I'm a big Kaiso fan, and I bought this grey and then another one of these purple speckled clusters. Adding to my stash, I am hoping to one day make myself a grey and purple fingering weight sweater out of these. So I'm slowly but surely building up some stash. And yeah, because this will actually go well with this little guy, but I'll talk about it just now. And while we were at the Stoepmark, Adele from YarnCreations was there. You guys know this by now because she helped me with my barley socks. She saved my 9-inch circulars, and she was so kind to gift me some opal yarn. So this came out of her stash, and this is also a 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide blend. And she even gave a small stitch marker that she made herself. I hope you could see that clearly. Let's just make sure again, maybe we're lucky. So the reason I'm saying I'm hoping is because I'm using my phone and I cannot see the screen, because if I look at the screen it looks like I'm not looking at you guys. So I have got some setup work to do. As soon as I can get back into my room for my crafting, then I can set everything up properly again so I can actually see what's going on. So for now, this is our life. Sorry about that. So that is all of the acquisitions. It's quite a lot. And yeah, first up, or not first up, last up is Yarnie Gossip. First thing I want to gossip about is this guy. You've seen it before on here. It is the Warrior Cowl. It was a tester I did for my friend Jalene from the Lekker podcast. It's her pattern, and it's getting released tomorrow, the 1st of August. This one is still damp because I just took it off the blocking mat. It needs to go back, and then I'm hoping that by tonight I will be just in time submitting my form that all the testers needed to fill in. But this is super pretty, and I would highly recommend it. Even if you haven't done mosaic crochet before, Jalene has got some awesome tutorials if you buy the pattern that helps you to do it. And this is, I would definitely recommend this for a beginner as well. And it is engaging enough for more experienced crocheters. So, love it. I am wearing this to work tomorrow. It's actually been around my neck every day, and then Thursday evening I realized I should probably block this thing so that I can give Jalene proper feedback. on her test. So fingers crossed this will be dry and I can submit in time. Just want to go back to my notes. Oh, this is important. I don't know how long the tester call is still going to be open, but Jalene actually also advertised the tester call for her next design, which is also amazing. It's another cowl, but this time it's a knitted color work cowl that she calls the tic-tac-toe cowl. So if you're interested in testing and it's still open, please apply for that. It's going to be a relatively quick one. And then Overpels is turning 120 years old, and they are having a sale the entire month of August. So it was my first time going there yesterday, and yeah, they have got amazing yarns, some imported yarns, as well as local South African yarns. So please go and support them if you can. Make it to Johannesburg. I would highly recommend you do that. I'm hoping I can still make another trip in August, because there is some yarns that you don't get everywhere in South Africa, which I would like to purchase a few skeins of. So let's see if I can make it. That's that. With regards to events, I'm not aware, or I couldn't see on social media, any classes or workshops that's happening next weekend, but I know Yarnie Corner is having their monthly sip and stitch next Saturday, the 6th of August, as well as Little Yarn Craft is having their gathering of the yarn. And do I need to say it now? No, I don't need to tell you about this already. What I will tell you about now already is that there's going to be a yarn and craft day in Bloemfontein, of which the hosts are Esteresa YarnCreations, with the theme Why People Stitch. So that's on the 27th of August in Bloemfontein, and I will link everything below so you guys can go and check it out if you're going to be in the Free State. So yeah, I think I've said everything I needed to say. I'm just looking around here. I don't see anything I was supposed to show you. So that's it. I wish all of you a wonderful week, and hope you have lots of time for crafting, and then I will see you again next week. Bye.